Jeremy Neale has undergone a reinvention. Personally and musically, the Brisbane muso has made quite the change. Indie pop star Jeremy Neale is on the verge of releasing his debut album Getting the Team Back Together. Photo supplied. The 31-year-old will unleash his debut album on music lovers' ears on Friday, the follow-up to 2013's In Stranger Times EP and 2015's Let Me Go Out in Style carries on Neale's tradition of taking slick classic sounds from the 1960s to the 1980s and putting his particular retro-modern take on them. But anyone familiar with those eps will notice Neale has grown up in the years it took him to put out Getting the Team Back Together. Neale will make a series of in-store appearances ahead of a tour in 2018. "I needed a break," he says of the lengthy delay between recordings. "I wanted to get my day-to-day life right, and music isn't always conducive to that, with the weird times of day you are doing stuff and everything." After slogging away at his music career, Neale put his focus into finding a regular job and managed to land one that was professionally satisfying and had the benefit of being quite important. "I work with the Starlight Foundation at the Lady Cilento Children's Hospital in Brisbane, in a program called Livewire," Neale said. "We meet the kids, look at what they like to do creativity-wise and help them do that. So if they want to paint, we paint. If they want to write a song, we do that. If they want to learn guitar, we teach them." Hardly the sideline you would expect most rock stars to pursue, but one that fit perfectly into Neale's goal of getting his life right. "A big part of that time was figuring out what a good day looks like to me," he said. "I'm a big fan of yoga, getting some me time, even if that is just playing video games when there's time. I like reading, and accomplishing something that makes your day good, going to work and feeling like you are getting some goals achieved. It was about having a mix of leisure and work and music, balance, just not a thing most of the time." With his non-music life sorted, Neale was able to return to writing and recording. The 11-track album features the single Dancin' Romancin', which offers fans a segue from In Stranger Times with a familiar sound, before the second single Small Talk introduces them to the slightly more mature Neale in both music and life. "I got much better at understanding what I was thinking and feeling and communicating that into lyrics," he said. "I wanted to be very honest about my situation. As much as the title is the movie trope of getting the band back together, the symbolism of that is me getting myself back together and being very honest about that. That doesn't mean this new, grown-up Neale has left all the fun and silliness behind. Yeah, it's more mature in as far as you can be when there's an animated Tyrannosaurus on the record," he said. Getting the Team Back Together is released through Remote Control Records on November 3rd. Neale will make in-store appearances along the East Coast this week ahead of a full tour in 2018. Jeremy Neale appears at Jet Black Cat Music, Brisbane, in November 3rd, Ogene Records, Fitzroy, Melbourne, in November 5th and Red Eye Records, Sydney, November 9th.